Let's bring in Christina Solano. As we mentioned a moment ago, her brother Joseph served as an LA deputy sheriff until he was murdered. Christina, I want to ask you about the latest developments in the Tubbs case, but let's start here. We're learning that nearly 90% of LA prosecutors are now backing recall efforts against Gascon. Does that surprise you?
Not at all. I think that it's pretty amazing that this has been going on for almost 2 years now since he's been in office. And I mean, everything that Gascon's been doing the last 2 years, I mean, it's crazy. So it doesn't surprise me at all.
You know, I'm sure that you heard Jonathan Hunt's report there that Shea Santa, who was the prosecutor in the Tubbs case, is now coming forward to say that he shared information about those jailhouse recordings with Gascon's office. Let's listen to a little bit more of what he told our producer, Alexandria Hernandez. Listen here.
When I sent the tapes to everybody involved in the case, and specifically to my management, the only reason they would request it is because Sharon Wu or Alyssa Blair or George Gascon would request the tapes. They had the clips. It was right there. All they had to do was open it. And it sounds like they never opened it, and now they're trying to say that they didn't know.
You heard George Gascon in that report from Jonathan Hunt saying that he was not aware of these tapes at the time. Clearly, his office was aware of the tapes. How does what we have heard now out of the L.A. District Attorney's Office in the last 24 hours fit in with your experience with Gascon over the death of your brother?
Well, first of all, it's been, 2 years since he's been in office, and, George Gascon tried to take away my brother's gun enhancements and life without parole. So luckily, the judge went our way, and, that is off. But as you know, in the last 2 years, Gascon has done so much damage in the city of LA. So, and things are just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So it doesn't surprise me that he says he doesn't, he didn't notice, the tapes or he didn't hear about it, but I don't believe him. I think that, he knows he's in trouble with the recall, and he's trying to do everything he can to get, basically,
because
he didn't have anything to do with it.
Because the charge against Gascon from his most fierce critics is that he cares more about the perpetrator than he does the victim. In your experience,
That's right, he does.
Is that the case? Tell me about that.
100%. He doesn't care about victims. He didn't care about this 10-year-old girl, what the traumatized that she's been through the last few years. So, I mean, it's just, he does not care about the victims. I don't care if he says he does, but he doesn't. He's never reached out to my family. He's never reached out to a lot of victims. He's there for the prisoners. He's there for the violence. So, he's not a good guy. So.
We saw just now that Gascon sort of reversed course very rapidly when it comes to the Tubbs case, a convicted child molester. Does it surprise you that he kind of, I guess my question, what I'm interested here in terms of Gascon is he now reversing course in order to save his own skin, or do you think he had some kind of a change of heart?
No. Change of heart? No, not at all. I think he knows that this recall's coming, and he's going to do anything to keep his job. So, obviously, he knows what he's doing. So
he's approaching this sort of, what I'm getting at is he's approaching this job like he's a politician when he is not.
Right. Exactly.
Well, he is, after all, an elected official. But, this is the second recall effort against him. The first one didn't go anywhere. But now we see case after case after case piling up, from your brother now to this case of Hannah Tubbs. Do you believe, Christina, that this is the beginning of the end for the L.A. District Attorney?
That's right. I think so, too. And I think people in L.A. are getting smarter and seen, and it's affecting everybody in the city. I mean, it comes from, the cities in Beverly Hills and, all over. It's so scary to be living in LA right now. So, and it's hitting everywhere, and even in Orange County. So it's very, very, we need to get this guy out of office ASAP. So I think hopefully the people are getting smarter in LA, and we get him out of office.
Well, Christina, we again are so sorry for your loss. We know that the devastation that such a loss is exacted on you. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.